"We sell fake EVs," the CEO of Ford abruptly gave up on electric vehicles, shocking and perplexing the whole auto industry. Ford may now permanently shut its doors since they're losing around $36,000 on every electric vehicle they produce. How come? As Ford's EVs are being rejected by consumers, Ford is in a serious dilemma with around 92,000 EVs unsold on dealer lots, fraudulent dealer markups intended to deceive the middle class, and 35,000 car recalls only a few weeks ago. A startling warning from CEO Jim Farley to all EV manufacturers might spell the end for electric vehicles. What was it that he said? Do SEZs pose a fraud? What caused Ford to abandon its $12 billion electric vehicle project? Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford, wants to resume producing combustion engines. He has sent a severe warning to all EV manufacturers, finally realizing what his consumers want. The CEO of Ford has made it apparent that EVs may not have a bright future. The opinion is echoed by CEO Jim Farley's remarks, who said that combustion engines should be used instead of EVs before it's too late. "We are at our breaking point." This followed the decision to stop investing $12 billion on electric vehicles. Ford has encountered an impassable barrier in its ambitious drive into the electric vehicle market with the well-liked F-150 Lightning, among other models. Financial costs are difficult to overlook. With an astounding $3.1 billion loss in their venture thus far this year, and $1.3 billion loss in adjusted profitability in the most recent quarter. Ford's EV business is expected to lose $4 billion annually overall. Furthermore, Ford is ceasing to produce the F-150 Lightning, its flagship electric vehicle truck. Thousands of these pickups were originally constructed and they were then sold for absurd prices, some vehicles even costing more than $100,000. What went wrong with Ford? Believing that no one would catch them tricking others, Ford had to decide to stop producing the F-150 Lightning until demand stabilized as a result of a 46% decline in sales as of right now. To conceal their problems with zero demand, they will be reducing output at the Rogue Electric Vehicle Center in Detroit, Michigan. They provide the same old reasons for their delays in delivery, such as problems with the supply chain. This is detrimental not just to Ford but also to its employees. Regrettably, this reduction in productivity has led to the termination of almost 700 employees. In the coming months, Ford also intends to remove employees from other EV factories. The F-150 Lightning manufacturing is not a singular occurrence. It's indicative of a larger trend of public interest in electric vehicles waning. Despite a 350% increase in EV manufacturing, reports from the summer of 2023 showed that 92,000 unsold EVs were sitting in showrooms throughout the nation. An electric vehicle COMs took an average of 92 days to sell due to excess inventory, whereas a gas-powered car took an average of 54 days. What if I told you that gas-powered automobiles may be seeing a major resurgence while we're on the subject? But yes, it is correct. Ford is currently reinvesting billions of dollars in combustion engines with a whole new, never-before-seen powertrain technology. But in a few minutes more on that, Ford has even made an attempt to lower the price of the 2023 F-150 Lightning primarily for the Platinum and Lariat trim levels. These price cuts resulted in savings of up to $15,000 off the original sticker price when combined with federal tax incentives. The response from potential customers has not improved in spite of these initiatives. Automakers are evaluating their EV strategy in light of the present market conditions, and some are thinking about putting a greater emphasis on hybrids and traditional gas-powered cars. Political leaders have made extremely strong attempts to get everyone to purchase electric cars FDs. Nevertheless, this tactic may have backfired, resulting in an excess of EVs on the road. Returning to the subject at hand, allow me to outline the main causes for Ford's exit from the EV market. First, there is Ford staff carefree attitude, believing that customers would purchase everything they provide. It's a little early to be worried about a pileup, according to Ford's Darren Palmer, Vice President of Electric Vehicle Programs. Although consumers aren't willing to pay what they would, profits might materialize shortly. This comment seems like an effort to hide the obvious mistake Ford made about the market's preparedness to accept its electric cars entirely. Evasive effects on the environment have also drawn attention. The carbon footprint of EVs is greatly increased during manufacture due to the substantial mining required to get the battery ingredients. Moreover, the environmental advantages of EVs are diminished, since the energy needed to power them often comes from fossil fuels. Volvo revealed, for instance, that 70,000 miles must be driven on its comfy recharge model before its carbon footprint is reduced to that of a gasoline counterpart. There are yet more issues for them. Await my explanation of their $19 million lawsuit over deceptive advertising. A fault that may result in a loss of driving power prompted Ford to initiate a recall of 35,000 Mustang Mach-E electric cars in the United States on October 19. The particular problem relates to potentially overheating primary contactors in high-voltage batteries. This recall comes after one previous one, in which the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (HAC) conducted an investigation to determine if the first recall, which entailed a software update, adequately addressed safety issues. The corporation has already lowered its production targets, delaying the completion of the first objective by sometime in 2024 in order to achieve the aim of building 600,000 EVs annually. A recall of more than 870,000 F-150 trucks, which is essential to Ford's financial viability, is another issue the company is battling. The amount of warranty claims and field reports highlights the importance of this fault. Although Ford has not recorded any accidents or injuries related to this issue, there is a problem with the electronic parking brake that might activate unexpectedly and possibly cause accidents. The automaker Ford Motor Company has suffered a great deal as a result of its agreement to pay $19,200,000 to settle false advertising claims. This represents the possible consequences of sacrificing production quality and market integrity in order to increase sales of pickup trucks. Ford lied and made false claims about the truck's payload capacity and fuel efficiency. Ford accepted the payment even though it did not acknowledge any wrongdoing, so the financial consequences are just one part of the repercussions. Restoring customer trust could be the bigger, longer-term task. In the car industry, client retention is largely dependent on trust, and situations such as these might make consumers doubt the brand's assertions. Undoubtedly, one of the best-selling pickups in history is the F-150. Almost 4 million of them have been sold since Ford began making them, making it the best-selling truck in America for 43 years. The competition is becoming more intense now. Do you not believe that rather than investing in EVs that are a financial loss, Ford should concentrate on quality control for its best-selling model? Ford is adjusting its manufacturing plan in response to the ongoing demand for gas-powered cars. In the following 10 months, Ford Blue President Kumar Galhotra wants to increase model production by 160,000 cars, with an EBIT margin of 10 by 2026. With a focus on lucrative and in-demand models like the F-150 Ranger and Bronco, especially their high-performance Raptor trims and tough Timberline trims which greatly boost earnings while sharing most parts with standard models. The division will concentrate on capitalizing on Ford's hot product lineup. Similar to this, General Motors is also making investments in internal combustion engines, allocating more than $2 billion to the development of new full-size trucks, SUVs, and V8 engines. The ICE age is not over, said GM President Mark Ruff, reaffirming the company's commitment to ICE segments in addition to the development of electric vehicles. According to Ford Blue President Kumar Galhotra, propulsion won't be as binary as many previously believed. It was planned to be either internal combustion or all BEVs even 2 or 3 years ago. We anticipate that, at the very least, there will be a significant amount in the center. In the same vein, the CEO of Stellantis boldly declared his opposition to the US planned 2035 ban on gasoline and diesel vehicles. The CEO questioned the decision, arguing that it would result in major societal issues since EVs are becoming too expensive for the typical customer. Traditional gasoline-powered cars continue to be in high demand among consumers, even in spite of the industry's transition toward electric vehicles. Ford's internal combustion engine automobiles remain in continual demand and are even leading the market in various segments, unlike its electric vehicle business. Ford is adding hybrid choices to its inventory, which provide better fuel economy and lower emissions, realizing that the switch to electric vehicles won't come quickly. Ford continues to develop in the combustion arena even as it prepares to launch its new EV and hybrid cars. Additionally, Ford intends to launch a brand new gearbox that will be combined with solar-powered components and range extenders in their vehicles. This will allow for on-the-go charging and a significant 300-400-mile boost in range. Nevertheless, work on this is still ongoing. It might be put into use by late 2024. The industry's long-term prospects remain positive as battery technology and charging infrastructure advance, notwithstanding the present decline in demand for EVs. It's conceivable that consumer interest in EVs will increase. However, Tesla's release of the much-awaited Cybertruck, which directly competes with the F-150 Lightning and may have influenced Ford's recent price reductions, has increased competition. Consumers will ultimately choose the winners and losers in the EV industry by the decisions they make about what to buy. Even with the losses, Ford's situation is not entirely bleak. By working with the United Auto Workers to negotiate a provisional deal, the corporation has been able to prevent future financial hardship from labor problems. The industry is being urged to reevaluate EV's feasibility in light of the present economic climate by the CEO's warning. Finding a balance between developing the technology and making it usable and attractive to a larger market will be difficult. Manufacturers risk suffering significant losses in the near future if they do not adjust in a timely manner and do not meet the requirements of the middle class. So in the conflict between ICE and electricity, whose side are you on? Tell us in the comments section below.